iets van 9 fietsen van mij gestolen. Dat is best echt veel, hè? Ja?
Heel veel.
Ja. Hoe lang woon je in Nederland?
26 jaar.
Ah, valt mee.
Ja? En heeft iemand ook hetzelfde meegemaakt? Oké. Nou, aardig, wat?
2.
Ja. Maar geen 9 keer.
3. Nee, dat is heel veel.
Ja, ik dacht dat al. Want toen de laatste gestolen werd, dan had ik zoveel verdriet. Echt zoveel verdriet dat ik dit gedicht heb geschreven. En daarmee was het ook natuurlijk, misschien daarmee was het een einde gekomen aan dat, zonder mij. Mijn fiets is gestolen. Misschien is hij weggelopen. Voelde hij zich verwaarloosd of verraden door mijn smachtende blik naar een andere fiets. Wist hij dat ik pas over hem pronkte, dat hij trouw is, nooit piekert, zeurt en mij bijstaat, dat hij nooit zoek raakt, zich vergist of verdwaalt? Voelde hij zich verlaten of wilde hij speciale aandacht, een knuffel of een dikke kus? Misschien is hij gevlucht naar een betere stad, een betere baas of ontvoerd door de vijand. Misschien is hij alleen bij een vriend op bezoek. Vorige week remblokjes vernieuwd, een pleister over zijn gekneusde kettingkast geplakt, over zijn zadel geaaid. Misschien was dat allemaal niet genoeg, dat hij te moe was van hetzelfde en toe aan iets nieuws, zich liet stelen voor de kick. Dat hij ook smachtte naar een andere fiets, andere straat, andere hek. Of niets. Misschien is hij dood. Het moet haast. Hij zei dat het zonder mij niet gaat. Dank jullie wel.
Dit gedicht heet Failure Notice Resurrection. Ik heb het gemaakt en opgevoerd in de Supper Club. En toen heb ik gewerkt vanuit het idee van heyoka. Dat is wel grappig. Ik bedacht me dat net, omdat het zo over humor gaat. En de heyoka is de Noord-Amerikaanse Indiaanse clown. En die doet alles omgekeerd. Die zit achterstevoren op een paard. Die kijkt scheel. Die praat achterstevoren. En zijn rol is eigenlijk om de spiegel te zijn voor zijn stam. Om te laten zien waar ze niet naar willen kijken. En ja, daar gaat dit gedicht ook over. 0. Het behang trekt van alle kanten aan. Iedereen wil de aandacht van iedereen. De associatie bij de bedklep. Zelfs het glimmen van de pianovleugel strijdt om de aandacht met 14, mijn eigen spiegelbeeld. Kijk, hoe nonchalant ik het leven negeer. Geen uitdrukking die mijn gezicht beroert. Expressie is een teken van zwakte. De opgewonden rust van een kop koffie op DeKalb Avenue nieuw. Information overload. Ligt de hijgen op mijn tong. Kan ik wel een wereldburger zijn als ik nog nooit in het stof van Afrika heb gebeten? Fiets. Op een fietsie van Brooklyn naar de Bronx. Eten. Plastic pizza met de schaduw van Coolio. Hot and happening. Blaas ei in the place to obey. De bekende weg heeft een zeurend pad in mijn hersenen geslagen. Slash, plus, 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 slash, divide zero, divide zero, divide zero, slash. Vraagteken is, vraagteken is. Vraagteken 3, vraagteken is, krukken en spalken. Peniskopers, buikverbergers, autotoon. Airbrush en firefighters, Appledome. De tabernakel van de vrucht die ons de vergetelheid gaf. 7. Menigte keert zich naar navel. Haardstaren. Vliegangst. De gedachte aan een gemiste kans. Ik zoek een medemens. Verdenk de dakloze, maar ben bang voor zijn wanhoop. De duif, de kleur van onweer op zijn vleugels, een boterroze als de dageraad. Verveling achter gewapend glas. Oversturende muziek plus, hashtag, succesverzekerd komt in scherpe schokken op het oog af. 8. Kinderfeestje mislukt, leeggelopenballonnen.com. Vader geeft knuffeldood. Selfie van een misser. Een mak applaus loopt achter een onnavolgbare performance aan. Een man probeert iemand anders te zijn, maar beseft halverwege dat zijn problemen te klein zijn. Inkeer. Doodsnood slaat levenslang. 19. Wat doe ik hier? 20. Waarom gebeurt dit? 22. Hoe ben ik hier terechtgekomen? 23. Wie heeft dit gedaan? 24. Welke doelgroep wil je bereiken? 25. Met welk gevoel wil je dat je publiek de aarde verlaat? 26. Wat je zegt in jezelf. Zal 7 cijfers ontwijken en 8,6 keer zijn of haar hoofd stoten aan dezelfde steen. En vroeg of laat, Jesua, om hulp vragen, Jesua. Oneindigheid media eindig feest zou jij doen kan kopstoomsfeest oneindigheid media eindig feest zou jij doen kan.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for another comedian? You ready for another comedian? Alright, let's get straight into it, please. Keep it going there for Emma. So hi everybody, my name is Socrates, of Socrates for. I am an American. Yeah, thanks, appreciate that. Really supportive. This didn't help either, but nonetheless. So let's see if I can do it this way. Huh?
Need some help?
If you want to raise it up for me, sure. What's your name?
Yodion.
Yodion. Give it up for Yodion. That's about good right there. Thank you. Thank you, Yodion. Fantastic. You must be Dutch. Just because you're in Holland and you got to name me like Yodion. So I'm learning Dutch. I'm trying to get better at my Dutch. I don't speak but so well. I recently had to learn a new word. I didn't want to, but I had to. It's a word, aangereden. Which unfortunately means ran into. I'll use it in a sentence. Ik ben aangereden door een scooterklotzak. Which means I was ran into by an asshole on a scooter. And hence the little army thing here. It's getting a little bit better, but unfortunately, I was never really big on the Nazis, but now it's like, it'd be dangerous, you know. Half Jew thing's not a problem, but then, anyway, so, yeah, I had to learn there's words that not everybody knows. I thought that some people knew it, like feet's pad. Have you heard of this word? It means bike path. Yeah, I thought that most people knew. 59-year-old Dutch guy didn't know. Had no idea what that word meant. And when he drove on the feet's pad, I thought, well, this guy's an idiot. And then the scooter, also on the feet's pad, looking at the Dutch guy, also thinking the same thing. And I was going to say, you know, this is a bike path and you shouldn't drive a car on it. And as a scooter, you should be paying attention to where you're going. But what I said was, ah! And then there was a smash noise, and then I did that song, you know, fly like an eagle. That was good. Then there was the crashing and the braking part. That sucked. But, you know, I got to do a little bit with the whole Dutch, you know, medical thing. And, you know that people say that in the Netherlands, no matter what you have, they give you paracetamol? Yeah. You know, brain cancer, paracetamol. You know, bullshit. First thing the medics offered me was fentanyl. I'm an American. I know fentanyl's a short strip to heroin addiction. I'm not against the heroin addiction. I was just planning it to be later in my life. Because I'm old too. I'm 56. Woohoo, thanks. And my first reaction as an American was, no, I don't want fentanyl. I don't, you know, that's not good for you. And then my shoulder was like, you should take the fentanyl. And I said, okay, I did. It didn't actually help, did nothing for me. But I got to the hospital, they were like, would you like morphine? Actually asked me, did I like morphine? Sure. Yeah. I love morphine. It's a 5-star drug, I got to tell you. Fentanyl 0 stars. Morphine, that's a 5er right there. And then they said, more morphine? I said, sure. Sent me home with Oxycontin, and I got more Oxycontin, and then I got even more Oxycontin. So I love one of those paracetamol injuries or diseases. I don't get them. I get the hard drug ones. And but they didn't really do much for me. I didn't have no hips, no cast. This was pretty much all they gave me. So had I fallen at the crucifixion, same basic thing. Strap a vine around me. Don't try to use it. You know. It's what the Dutch call conservative treatment. It's a nice way of saying the Dutch are cheap. I asked the doctor, so what do you think about my situation? And he said, this is basically a helaas pindakaas situation. You know, it's not a helpful thing that the Dutch will take. It means oh well, peanut butter. He was right. I'm not saying he wasn't accurate or definite, but so I asked for a second opinion because I thought, you know, I've already paid my deductible, $355, and so I talked to another doctor, and he looked at me. He was a little more optimistic. He said, "It comes good." I never ever heard of this, but this is what they'll tell you, it comes good. It's not even a good sentence, you know what I mean? You're not even speaking good or well. Either way, there's only one time that's a useful feedback, you know, is when you're shopping around for a male prostitute. So, how's it work? Good? Comes good. And about the backside, huh? Helaas pindakaas. But I kind of came up with it. I thought, yeah. But I'm on drugs still, so woo. Another hard word, if you've ever gone out with a Dutch guy, or if you find yourself one day going out with a Dutch guy, or perhaps a Dutch girl, one way or the other, or both, thruples. The hardest word for non-Dutch people to understand, it's the single most confusing word. If you hear it, it's a very useful word. They use it all the time, but it's hard to understand. That word is... You can hear that word almost any time. I hear myself saying it while I'm waiting for trains recently. I go, I don't even know where that came from. But there's worse times to hear that word, like after sex. That was all right, huh? Can you explain that? I mean, I think before sex, even worse. But I've been living here since 2009. I personally really love the Netherlands and Dutch people. It's a great place. Thank you for having us. All of us expats, we really like it. You guys, you don't think it's the greatest place, but we love it, you know. And it's a weird thing if you talk to people from almost any country, like you ask an American, best country in the world, we still say America. Russian guy, same thing. You ask an Indian person, they'll say India. The Pakistani guy corrects him and says, no, it's Pakistan. But you ask a Dutch person, best country in the world? They'll go, I don't know. Hello? Netherlands? No. You think? But the weather. Yeah, I know, the weather's crap, so's the food. That's why we do these inside things. That's why we make this something nice. Even though today is nice weather, but we kind of hide it. Otherwise, we'd all be running back outside. But my favorite Dutch word, of course, the Dutch word, of course, is gezellig. It's the Dutch word that means it's a wonderful, warm evening. And the thing I like about the word gezellig is you can't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? It's a group kind of a thing. You can't just say, like, well, how was your night last night? Spent the night masturbating. It's fun, but it's not exactly gezellig, you know what I mean? I mean, unless you do it in a big group. Could be gezellig, But it's a great Dutch word, though, because it starts with a gug, ends with a gug. It's got that zel in the middle, which I like. But like in Italy, I'm coming back to you because everybody knows you, Francisco. What's your word for my little favorite, my little love child, my little sweetie honey pie, my sugar bug? In American, it's a word that's fattening, because if you love something, it should have a heart attack. But what's your word for like my little sweet honey pie? No one's listening. Sorry. Tesoro. That's a nice sounding one. Tesoro. The Dutch went with schatje. Schatje. Very Dutch. I don't get it. And they shrink it down to scha, which doesn't help. I personally much prefer the word oudje, which is a little onion. But my little oudje, who's in my oudje? Ooh, you can be at my oudje. It sounds nicer, doesn't it? I like oudje better. Dutch people don't seem to like it, but I think oudje sounds better. But I'm like that, I'm great. But another weird thing about the Dutch I've never quite got as an American is the way they mix their weed and tobacco together. All sorts of bad excuses as to why, it burns better, it lasts longer, or whatever. I don't know, it gives you cancer. They want the paracetamol. I'm not sure what it is. Not realizing if you roll a joint, you smoke the joint, you get high, you'd be happy it went out because you're bullshitting about paracetamol, and not realizing it and just splabbing on and on. They're kind of addicted to tobacco. So I say if you could put anything in there, you could mix oregano, it'd last longer. They don't do that. But it's like you could do that with anything. You got that 8% beer. Why don't you put a bunch of water in there, mix that thing down, You go twice as far. It's a good coke. That's what we do in the U.S., exactly. We call it Budweiser. If that's not enough, we do it down, we call it Bud Light, But one of my favorite weird things that Dutch came up with, those wooden Dutch shoes, the wood shoes, and they had to come up with a name for those things. You're walking around them and clomp, 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 clomp. What do you call those things? These? Clomp, clomp, clomp. Klompen. A logical name, you know what I mean? I like that about the Dutch. Some things are very logical, some things aren't, you know? It's like the triangle is a driehoek. 3 angles, I think it means, right? Makes a lot of sense. But the square is a vierkant. 4 sides. Could have been vierangel, could have been vierhoekje, you know? Certain logic I don't get. You know, like the Dutch word for shoe, they just Dutched up shoe and went with schoenen. Okay, I get the logic in it, but they dropped it there because the word for gloves, it's handschoenen. Hand shoes. I don't know. I think they could have done better. That's all I'm saying. But this is about as good as I could have done. So my name is Socrates. You guys have been great. And what a great thing about being out here in the Wagner is these great shows. I can't say the name.